Hey Crestwood, happy Wednesday to you all. Hope you are doing well and having a great week as we make our way through this Maycember, named because sometimes May feels as crazy, especially for those with kids and in-school activities. It feels as crazy as December. So I know a lot of families are going through the craziness of this month. If you are, hope you are hanging in there. If not, hope you're having a great day. I'm honored to bring you this devotional for this Wednesday, May 14th. If you've watched my previous devotionals, you may notice that there's a different camera angle today, that everything's slightly shifted a little bit. And that's because a few days ago, I got a standing desk. A friend of mine got one and he said it was a real game changer for him. And I'm like, I think I'd like to try that. I know standing desks are good for you from a health standpoint. They promote a lot of good things. And I'm like, why not try that and see? This is my second day with it, and it's been an adjustment, right? I'm used to looking at things a certain way and having things positioned a certain place on my desk. And as I've gotten used to this standing desk, I've had to adjust where things were. I've had to look at things from a new angle. I've had to get used to being in a different posture, a different stance as I do my work. And it's definitely going to be an adjustment. But one of the things I love about it is how it gives me a different perspective on things, right? Instead of turning one way to do my work, now I'm looking where I can see out the window into the courtyard. It gives me a different way of acclimating to the keyboard and the mouse and the screen, all these sorts of things. And it really got me thinking about how little I do things that change my perspective, how I can get so locked in, so comfortable with a certain way of doing things that I forget that there are other ways to go about your life, other ways to see the world. It's like when you rearrange furniture in a room and it completely changes the feel of that room, the feng shui of that room. That's what's happened in my office. But it's a little bit disconcerting because instead of kind of sitting down and settling in, now I'm up and active as I do my work. And it's going to take me a while to adjust to that. But I have to believe that God encourages us to continually do things that change our perspective. Then God does invite us to lock into a certain perspective, because I think life is change and I think faith is change. And I think we're constantly called to look for the ways that God is calling us to see things from a different perspective. I want to read to you from Isaiah 43 as God is speaking to the Israelites about how God is active in their lives and what God is going to do. It says, "This is what the Lord says, your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. For your sake, I will send to Babylon and bring down as fugitives all the Babylonians in the ships in which they took pride. I am the Lord, your Holy One, Israel's creator, your king." So while the Israelites are exiled in Babylon, God's like, I'm going to do the same thing to them. And it says, "This is what the Lord said, he who made a way through the sea and a path through the mighty waters," referring back to the Red Sea passing, "who drew out the chariots and horses, the armies and reinforcements, and they lay there never to rise again, extinguished, snuffed out like a wick," a reminder of what God did to the Egyptians as they pursued the Israelites. It says this, "Forget not the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. The wild animals honor me, the jackals and the owls, because I provide water in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland to give drink to my people, my chosen, the people I formed for myself, that they may proclaim my praise." I wonder how many times the living water of Jesus Christ has been all around me, that God is making a way for me, but I've been so locked into my perspective that I haven't been willing to change. I haven't been willing to take the blinders off and look left or look right to see what God is doing around me. I've been so thirsty to see God's presence from my own perspective that I haven't taken the opportunity to look from a new perspective to see the living waters of God flowing abundantly around me. I love that. God says, I do these things to give drink to my people. Why? So that they may proclaim my praise. Crestwood, today I really want to encourage you to look in your life and see what can you look at from a different perspective. What problem, what challenge, what place do you feel stuck where changing your perspective, standing up instead of sitting down, looking at it from a different angle than you usually do, how might that change not only your perspective on the issue, but how might that open your eyes up to seeing God present with you in the midst of whatever it is that you're dealing with? God is doing a new thing. The question is, do we perceive it? Let's change our perspective today, Crestwood. God bless you.